So I remembered today to start the video at the gate. So this is day 3 of boot camp. You can't see him, so that means he's at my side. There he is. Now his owner was just a little bit disheartened because I sent the dog home with the prong collar yesterday so they could have a go and get used to it. But as he was waiting for me, he took the dog, I think he was on the street, and another dog passed, and he said he really pulled. But we're not at that stage. I actually haven't passed any dogs with him on the prong collar yet. Just because the weather's not been great. But day 1 he wasn't ready for it, nowhere near. Day 2 was yesterday when I introduced him to the prong collar. So it's going to be today and tomorrow and every day onwards that are the big tests for how he does passing dogs. Also his owner said he's concerned because he googled about the prong collar. Well, like anything social media, you google something, it's going to give you all the bad before it gives you the good. So the bad images you see on Google are where people have actually sharpened the prong collar. I use only one brand, which is Sprenger, and the links, if you can see, are rounded. So when you use the collar correctly, there's going to be no damage whatsoever to your dog. But like I said yesterday, the trick is that the lead is loose all the time, no tension. If they pull and start pulling on this, they're just going to keep pulling, and you're going to have to give a massive correction, and we don't want to do that on any collar that the dog's on. So it's a case of make sure the lead's loose all the time. The second it goes straight, pop up, just to relax it again. And it's that easy, it's a hand movement, that's all it is. So now we've got a humongous test, because it might be too much actually, because there's 4 dogs. Anyway, I'll veer away because that's too many for him in the beginning. So he's pulling, I'm correcting. Look at that, yeah! Wow! So he did good there. They were at a distance, but that's how we have to start. We can't just put a bit of equipment on and expect him to, you know, behave completely different. That's not going to happen. And also, as I've also just said to his owner, he'll do one thing with me, but he'll do another with them. He's used to being naughty with them too. So this is what their own training days about. They have to learn how to get the control that I have, or I can get out of him. He won't just presume because he's got to be good with me, he's got to be good with them. It doesn't work that way. So I'm going to recap on the lead work. Turn, the dog turns with you. Turn away. Turn into him, he's a good boy. There's there. And you have to practice this, you can't skip this. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you don't have to do it, you have to do it. If you skip this, you may as well skip everything, and there's no point sending your dogs to me. You have to do everything I put in the video is what you have to do as well as owners. Good. I got a little distracted then by the person, but I continue moving. Ready? So now we've got the dogs over there, but I'm working him over here to see. Ready? Can we keep his distraction from this distance? Because if we can't do it from this distance, we've no chance closer on. Find it. So now what I've done is put ourselves behind these dogs, and we're going to do some lead work. You see he's already pulling. Good. Got a correction because you see his focus is on them. Toby, come. Come on. Good. And they're at a good enough distance that I can practice this. So again, look at his focus. Toby, come. Good boy. You did good there, no correction, notice. The lead is loose. Toby, come. Good. Just a slight correction. He just slightly went out of, just off the lead. But you see, I'm not restraining him. If you restrain a dog, they don't learn. And you can't issue a correction. So this is his choice. He can either lunge ahead or stay with me. As soon as the lead I've given him goes taut, I give that correction. You see, I stopped that time because I've got the room to do that. It's not always possible to stop. Now don't get me wrong, he's never going to be allowed to walk on this length lead. Not until he's calmed right down. Toby, come. Good. So there he doesn't win a biscuit because I had to use the lead pressure to get his attention. But you see, at day one he would have been pulling like mad to get to them even at that distance. So this is a marked improvement, and this is what people have to remember. Anything, the slightest thing to a dog, slightest thing to us is a major thing to the dog. You have to keep that in mind. He's gone from being a raving lunatic to he's learning all about self-control, and he's doing good, but you have to do it at the right stages. Like I say, you can't just send your dog to me or put a bit of equipment on and then go and take them to the busiest area on the world and expect them to do well. That's like doing one driving lesson and then putting in for your test. You're going to fail. Your dog's going to fail. Hey! Fed rather than your pockets then. Your dog's going to fail. You have to set them up to win, not fail. So we've got a jogger coming, that's what he's focused on. So I'm going to pop. Good, to get the focus off the jogger. Give a reward, and I'm going to leave him on the 3-foot lead. Let's see what he does. Good boy. Sit. Good. Very nice. Sit. Come closer. Sit. No. See, this is his excitement because the jogger has just passed. You see, he looked at it, but he didn't. His excitement, he actually put his paws on me. Sit. Good. But you see, you have to stay calm. And I didn't tend to put the lead because I'm far enough away. If the jogger can pass, I'm far enough away. Should he decide to lunge, I can give that correction. Never ever change pace or let your dog change pace. Sometimes the owners actually slow down, which is then basically saying to the dog, oh, we've got something to be tense about. And we don't. So there's a person in front, a good distance away, and he did start to try and surge forward, so I issued a quick correction. It's like a split second, so you keep your eye on the lead. Good. Good. You see, he moved a slight bit forward, but not enough to cause tension on the lead. So if he's not causing tension on the lead, he's not getting corrected. Leave. Good boy. So teaching leave. I've done it twice, 3 times now. And I'm just chucking a bit of treat. But I want him to learn he can only get things when you give him the command. Leave. Yes! Take it! What a boy! So we're going to try impulse control. Well, that was a big fat fail just on sight of it. Leave. And I'm going to place it down. Leave. Good boy. So that was good. Sit. Good. Leave. Yes. I waited for him to look at me. What a boy. Once more. Good lad. Good boy. This one's a lunatic, so keep him short, will you? Just so we can get past you. Ta. So the screaming. Can we walk past you again? The screaming is the excitement. You'll see there's no tension. I'm going to keep the camera on him. He'll get a gets a correction when he lunges. Leo's like, what the hell is going on? He gets a correction when he lunges. Behind the lead. Can we just come past you one more time? You're the only dog we've seen that's suitable. The others have been off lead. Wow, good boy. Thank you very much. Good boy. No, you see, sausage if you pass well. So he didn't do bad. That's the first dog we've seen to pass. It is a, I don't know the lad, but I know the dog. It's not just a random stranger. But you see, he had to get one firm correction, which he did squeak a little bit on. It was a different squeak to his excited squeak. You'll notice that, and that's when he felt the teeth of the prong biting. But then did you see what it did? The next time, there was no corrections, or very, very little, with very little force, which is perfect. So, like everything in training, repetition. For the first dog we've ever passed, he did really, really well. If he was on even the control collar, I think you'd have had a lot more. You wouldn't have had the little squeak, but you'd have had the choking sound, the hanging sound, which is when all the damage is being done. You see on the prong, the lead's loose, so you don't get that sound because it's so uncomfortable when they do pull, because the prong bites back. They learn not to pull very quickly. He's really proud of himself though. It's in the pocket. You did good. And before everybody starts crying and saying, oh my god, the prong hurts them, no it doesn't. It causes discomfort. And what would you rather? A second or a couple of seconds of discomfort once or twice, or constant pulling and choking and hanging themselves and damaging the neck? You decide. Don't forget as well, we're breaking 10, 11 months of bad habit, or however long he's been doing it. He's not reacted like that in a day. We have to undo all that. So that's what we're doing.